Hello friends, in this episode I'll show you how to perform a regular service on a 2012 Mercedes W166 ML250 equipped with a 2.1 liter 204 horsepower diesel engine. We'll be replacing the oil filter, pollen filter and air filter. We service our cars once a year or every 10,000 kilometers regardless of what the manufacturers recommend, because we want them to run as long as possible and without issues. This extremely simple DIY job can save you up to 300 quid, so let's get straight to work. First we go under the car, remove the splash shield and loosen the oil sump plug using a 13mm socket, placing a container underneath to collect the old oil. While the oil drains, we'll go up to the engine bay and start replacing the air filter. The engine cover is secured with one plastic twist lock fastener. Just insert a screwdriver, turn it 90 degrees and lift it off. This was our first time servicing this model, so initially it looked like replacing the air filter would be complicated since the ECU sits right above the air filter housing, but it turned out to be super easy. Let me show you what to do. The cover is held in place with several T20 screws around the edges. Be careful, there are screws all around the perimeter and one right in the center. To access the rear screws, you'll need to remove the plastic trim located just above the air filter housing. So, first remove the rubber weather strip, then lift the plastic grill section and take off the cabin filter housing cover. Now you can remove the plastic trim above the air filter housing. It's held by two screws that require an 8mm socket. Once it's out, you'll have plenty of room to remove the remaining screws and move the cover aside to replace the filter. Pull the old filter back and upward to remove it. You might need to vacuum out the housing if there's dust or debris inside. Before installing the new filter, lightly lubricate the inner seal with a bit of clean engine oil to make it easier to fit. When the opening in the air filter aligns with the one in the housing, then the position is correct. Reinstall the cover and tighten the screws. We start with the center screw and then the outer ones. Now let's move on to the cabin filter. On this model there are actually three filters, one large external filter and two smaller internal ones to make sure you order the correct set. Unfortunately, the owner of this car ordered only the two inner filters, so we'll replace the outer one later when the new part arrives. The two internal filters come out very easily. Before installing the new ones, check the airflow direction arrows on the side. To fit them easily, slightly compress them. The side openings are designed for this purpose. We'll also install the external filter, again making sure the arrows point in the correct direction. Now reverse the process, reinstall the plastic trim above the air filter housing, clip the cabin filter cover back on, place the grill section back into the wiper cowl, and reinstall the rubber seal. The oil filter cap was extremely tight and our regular adapters kept slipping, so we used a universal claw-type tool. Use this tool only as a last resort, since there's a risk of cracking the plastic cap. Ideally, you should get the original Mercedes oil filter socket. On some cars there's old oil remaining inside the filter housing and we usually extract it with a syringe, but that's not necessary on this engine. Pull the old filter straight off the central shaft. Attention, if you're not experienced, be careful, avoid wiggling it too much as the light color plastic support at the base becomes brittle over time due to heat and oil exposure, and it's not cheap to replace. Remove the large top O-ring from the cap using a pointed tool, but be careful not to damage the threads. Then remove the middle O-ring and the small one at the tip of the shaft. Install the three new O-rings, lubricate them with clean motor oil and fit the new filter. Now we can use the proper Mercedes socket to tighten the cap to the recommended torque, 25 Nm. Go underneath and reinstall the oil drain plug with a new metal washer, usually supplied with the oil filter. The oil sump plug torque is 30 Nm. Pour in the correct amount of new oil. Check the exact quantity with your parts supplier or online forums. The good thing about this car is that it still has a traditional dipstick, so you can check the level easily. Don't forget to check again after running the engine for about 5 minutes, as the filter will retain around 300 mm. Alright friends, that's it for today. I hope this tutorial was helpful. You can find lots more DIY tutorials and product reviews on your channel, often with super discounts because the DIY workshop saves money. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and give a like or a hype. It costs you nothing, but it helps the channel tremendously. All the best, bye bye.